Hello, Simon Norman, can you hear me? Normally, can you hear me? Hello? Hello guys, can you hear me? Ali, hello Ali? Ali, can you guys hear me? Norman, can you hear me? Hi Norman, can you hear me? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Hello. Hi, Musa.
Hi Norman, how you going? Good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let's start class. Okay, sorry about the confusion. I sent the other Zoom invitation, but yeah, this is the class.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just bring up my document, just a quick second. All right, so we've got this one here in the outline. Where we're up to. Okay, so we did advanced find, we did customer solution, we did import solution. Now, also, what I wanted to show you guys was data import. Okay. All right. So the way to do data import, okay, is to go to what you call it? Go to settings and go to data management and go to templates for data import. Okay. This data import is basically how to get data from Excel, Microsoft Excel into Dynamic CRM. Okay, so if we go templates for data import, we select the entity here, which template we want. In this case, we want accounts, okay, which is the company, okay, but you can go and select contact and other entities as well and go from there. Okay. All right. So we select the account. So I'll just download this, and it should show me a file here soon in the downloads. I'm expecting. Oh, here we are in the accounts Excel. Okay. All right. So just ignore that. Okay. All right, so okay, we have the account Excel. Okay, so this is the Excel file that the CRM has given us, where we can import data into Dynamic CRM via Excel. Okay, so if we go to the while the Excel is loading up, if we go to the sales and if we go to the accounts, and we currently have Commonwealth Bank and Westpac Bank. Okay, these are my accounts that I created in previous tutorials. There's a whole bunch of other accounts. Okay, but let's focus on banks for a second. Okay, so if we go to, for example, if we search for St. George Bank, there shouldn't be any St. George Bank. If we search for National Australia, there shouldn't be any National Australia and there wouldn't be that result either. Okay, so we're going to add these banks via the Excel. Okay, so if we go back to, if I just go back to my active account, so we only have Commonwealth Bank and Westpac Bank. All right, so the Excel, this is the Excel, it's loaded up. Okay, and let's just say we wanted to insert data. Okay, first of all, you see this Excel. Before I insert data, you can see here it starts with column D. Okay, and in between here, if you expand it, there is column C, there is column B, and there is column A. Okay, these have their own use for it. You don't have to add data here. You don't have to do anything here. I'll just I'll just hide these again. So these are the hide. Yep, we hide them. So ignore the column A, B, and C. That's used for the dynamics purposes. Okay, we're concerned with these values here. Okay, so the account name. If we go to a new account, we can see here the account name is this field here. The main phone is this one here. The fax is this one here. Okay, the website is this one here. Okay, and all the other fields here are related to here. And if you see, there's a whole bunch of fields. There's some fields that are not even shown on the form, which you can, which is shown here. Okay, these are all the fields. Okay, related to the dynamic, the account entity or the account form. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of them. Obviously, we're not going to fill out all of them. Let's focus on the mandatory fields. So if we go to the account name, let's populate the account name, the phone, and the fax. Okay, so we'll start here. So we'll add a value in the account name. So let's see what banks we have already. So I'll go to, here's my active bank. So we've got Commonwealth Bank, we've got Westpac Bank. Let's add St. George Bank. Okay. So we've got here, let's go to entity. Let's call this St. George Bank, and we'll give this a phone number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a fax number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's the only information we're inserting in St. George Bank. Obviously, in real life, you might insert other details, like other fields, like primary contact and all that stuff, industry, or something like that. Okay, but in this case, we just added the bank. Okay, so we'll let's add another record. Let's see if we add National Australia Bank, right? National Australia Bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll add one more. We'll call this what you call it? Suncorp Bank. Suncorp Bank, and their main phone number is. Right. All right, so we have 3 records here. Okay, St. George Bank, National Bank, and Suncorp Bank. Okay, we want to insert this into Dynamic CRM. Okay, So I already gave this a save. I hit Control S, or if you wanted to go here and save, you can save it here. And then let's close the file. Okay, so I have it here. This is the file. Okay, if we open it again, we'll just check that the records are still there. Yep, the records are still there. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to import this. Okay, so we go back to, remember we had Commonwealth Bank and Westpac Bank here. Just keep that in mind, okay? So we go back to settings and we go back to data management. And we go to, this time, imports. All right, we want to import data. We click on import. We choose the file. All right, we choose the account. We click on next. All right, do we want to allow duplicates? So we say no. Duplicate account, that is the duplicate account name. So we say no for that. The owner of the record, myself, submit. Okay, finish. All right, now we have this here. So the total sort by total process, pre-process. Now if we give this a refresh, have a look at the success here. We'll refresh here, 3 succeeded. All right, so it's imported the data. Okay, so if we go back to our accounts, we have our 3 records we inserted here. I think it was these 3 in Dynamics from the Excel. Okay, we click on it, and we can see here this is populated. Did you guys get that? Guys? Yep.
Yes, Musa. I'm sorry to interrupt, but just wanted to ask if you have already covered the actual development in CRM.
I have, you mean the coding part of things?
Yeah.
I haven't done the coding part of things. I'm planning to do it hopefully today.
All right, great. Okay, thank you very much.
No, that's okay. All right. So the next part. Okay. So I showed you guys data import, duplicate detection. Okay. So
one question.
Yep.
You mentioned that you can import the data from Excel. Is there any other software as well which can be used to import the data?
As far as I know, I've only done it through Excel. I mean, that's the main way. But if you wanted to do a custom way where if you want to get something from PDF or something and import it, you might need to do some custom code for that.
You mean we need to use the C code, C#?
Maybe some C#. Yeah. What you can have is maybe like a web application, like a small web page that you create in .NET or something like that, and you can upload the file there in that, or you can and then you can and then you get the code to read the data from the PDF and then upload that into the Dynamic CRM.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. But I haven't done that, so I don't have that much knowledge. All I know is through the Excel.
Just I was asking about it. No, I just wanted to know about that. Okay, thank you very much.
No, that's all right. So that was the next part here we have to do is duplicate detection. All right. So if we go to duplicate detection, if we go back to sales, we go settings. All right, and we go to, I think it was data management. I'm not sure it's one of these. Yeah, here we go, duplicate detection. All right, we have our rules here, okay? So duplicate detection is basically we don't want to insert the same account name or something like that, or the same email address in the contacts the same time, okay? So what before I show you duplicate detection, I'll show you what I mean. If we go to the if we go back to the accounts, all right, and we want to insert another account name called Commonwealth Bank, all right. So I'll type in Commonwealth Bank, all right, and we'll just leave the other fields blank. This is the only mandatory one. If we click on save, it's just loading. It says duplicate detected. It said there is another record called Commonwealth Bank inside the CRM. So are you sure that you wanted to save this record as well? You can go ahead and save it, I think, but it's prompting you a warning or a notice that there is a duplicate record already called Commonwealth Bank. Okay. So if you wanted to modify something like that, if you want to see how to modify those rules, that's where I'll show you. Okay, so let's go to settings, data management. All right, and let's go to duplicate detection rules. All right, duplicate detection rules. We have, these are the duplicate detection rules currently we have. So we got the account name with the same, accounts with the same account name. That was the one that prompted us to duplicate detection. So it says here, our account, where is it? Where's the rule? Here we go, here's the rule. Okay, if the account name is an exact match, then show the duplicate detection box. Okay, and you can modify this. If you say the account name and we're gonna unpublish this first, sorry. If you wanted to modify this, we can say the account name and sorry, just unpublish. Yep. All right, just 1 second. Account name and the city is the same. All right, city, or actually we'll go, we'll add phone number, hold on. Fax, or not fax, where's the phone? Phone. All right, I can't seem to find the phone. All right, let's just try fax. Okay, so we got here account number and fax is the same match. Then pop the duplicate detection. Okay, so if we click on save and we click on publish here. All right, let's save first. Save. And publish. Is it publishing? All right, publish. All right. All right. Now we set that rule. We can probably change this as well. Accounts with the same name, same account name and fax. We should change. We should modify this as well, the display name, to match the condition here. Okay, but in this case we change it to name and fax. So now the name and fax has to be the same. So let's go back to the obviously these are the other duplicate detection rules we have here. Contacts with the same business name, same business phone number, contacts with the same email address. So if I show you this one here, we have the exact email exact match. All right, so if the email is an exact match, it will pop up the duplicate detection. All right, so let's go back to accounts here, and let's add another record called Commonwealth Bank. And let's just make the fax a different number. Let's save. Let's save and close. It still popped up the duplicate detection. Right, let me have a look here. Just 1 second. One more thing. The fax. Well, what it should be doing, what I expected to do, was that the duplicate, because the fax number here is blank, and the fax number in the what I've enabled, what I've said is, because the fax number is different than the fax number in the previous Commonwealth Bank record, it should be the duplicate detection should not pick up anymore, but for some reason it's picking up. So yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening. It's still picking up. It shouldn't pick up. This dialog box shouldn't be appearing, because I've modified the duplicate detection rule. Okay. These guys get what I mean. I don't know why this is not working, but it's just if we go back to the duplicate detection rules, let's try once more. Duplicate detection rules. Account with the same name. Maybe I'll quickly modify this, just 1 second. See, as I mentioned, fax. It should be the account name with as the same name and the fax with the exact match. Let me just quickly modify this.
Sir, is it because there's nothing mentioned, like is this rule an AND rule or rule?
No, this is not a. I don't know if you do an AND.
Is it mutually exclusive, two fields, or like is this an AND rule or rule?
I believe this is an AND rule. If it's not specified, it should be an AND rule. Let me wait. Hold on. Let me go to. Wait, 1 second. Let me just open up the accounts again. All right, so we'll go to the accounts. So what fields do we have here? We have
Mursa bhai, can you please explain the condition as well? You are applying this duplicate rule on fax and the full name?
Yeah, so if the fax number and the account name is the same, then then we should pop up the duplicate detection. Or else, so if the account name is the same, then the duplicate detection shouldn't matter. But if the account name and the fax name is the same, then the duplicate detection should work. You get what I mean?
Yes, okay, got it. Thank you.
But in real life scenario, you probably want the account, if the account name is the same, then you want to do duplicate detection. But for the test purposes, I'm just modifying this. So we have, for example, website. Let's try website. Website, here we go. If the website and the account name is the same, let's see if this works.
So it means against every account name, there will be some website mentioned.
No, I mean, like, I'm just saying that if the account name and the website name is the same, then duplicate detection should pop up, or else it shouldn't pop up. You get what I mean? I'm just showing you for this test purposes how to modify the duplicate detection rule. So if you what you call it, so if you if you use the CRM in the future, you would know, well, how do we modify the current duplicate detection rule, and how, or if we want to add another duplicate detection rule, how we add it. You know what I mean? So in this case, let me show you. So like Commonwealth Bank doesn't have a website, right? The website is blank. Okay, so if we go to a new record, let's just say Commonwealth Bank here. Commonwealth Bank. All right. And if we go here, http www.google.com. All right, let's see if the duplicate detection rules pops up now. Let's save. No, it's saved. See? Did you see? Because the email address is different. Because, sorry, the website URL is different. If we go back to the accounts, the website URL is different. Therefore, it didn't pick up the duplicate detection. All right. So in this case, so we have this record has Commonwealth Bank Google. Okay. And this record has Commonwealth Bank without a website. So if I was to add a website here, http www.bing.com, and if we click on save, where's the save button? I'll just save down here. All right, nothing should happen. But if I go here and change this to http www.google.com and save again, it should show up duplicate detection. You get it? Because the account name and the website name is the same. It's detected the same account name and a website name in the with another record. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes, fine. Thank you.
All right. So that's how you do duplicate detection. So I won't modify this. So if we just give it a refresh. Okay. So this, all right. Still popping this duplicate detection. Okay. So yeah, that's the yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that's the duplicate detection rules. Okay. All right. So next part is creating entities. All right. What if we want to create another entity? All right. So we want to link contacts with a building, right? Or something like that. Okay. So the contact. So if we go here, we have contacts. We want to add another link here against a building. Okay, so what we'll do is, so if we go to our contact here, all right, and we want to show a relationship. So if we go here, we can see all the relationships here. Okay, so these are the leads, the opportunities related to the contacts, the case, the contract, and all the other stuff. What if we wanted to add another entity or a related entity called building, for example? All right, so if we go here, what we'll do is we'll go here, we're going into the settings, we'll go into the solution. We can go either, which will actually we'll probably go into this solution here because then you can export it. So the test customer solution. All right, we go to the entities here and we create a new entity. All right, this test customer solution we created in the previous tutorials. All right, so let's create a new entity. All right, think of entity as a form. Okay, so you got the contact form, you got the account form. It's a bit more to that. It's not just a form, but just think that way if you're getting confused with entity. So we'll go here, we'll call this the building entity, and we'll call this the buildings as the plural name. Okay, the ownership should be organization, the primary contact, primary image, so we want to have an image. Where do we want to show this? So we want to show this, for example, which menu do we want to show this in? So we want to show this in sales. Okay. And if we, and these are other details where we can fill out, okay, activities, connections, and those other things. I won't go through much about it. Usually we just leave this as default. Okay, leave all of these as default. Okay. Okay, yeah, just leave it as default, and let's click on save and close. So it's creating the entity for us, a building entity. Just loading. All right, so it's created a building entity for us. So if we look here, we have a building entity now. Okay, by default, let's see if we created any forms. So it's, by default, it's created 3 forms. One is the main one is the main one that you see here. If you, for example, if we go to the sales, and if we go to the contacts, and if we go here to contact, this is the main form. Okay, but you can choose your different forms here as well. Contact for interaction, AL for sales, LinkedIn. So in the contacts, it would have that information. All right, in this case, this will be just information, all right, as the main form. The quick view, one second, I'll just try to explain this if I can. No, we have the quick view form. This form is used for viewing purposes. Yeah, I've got a recap on this one. I think it's for search purposes. If you wanted to search and use it for quick view. And this card, I don't know what this card is. I don't use this card one. All right. So if we click on main, all right. And if we go to these are our views. Okay, this is our form, I should say. All right, now if we wanted to insert sections, tabs, and other stuff, we can insert it here as well. All right, subgrids and all that. I won't go through this. You can play around with yourself. But let's just say we wanted to add a field here. All right, so we we're in the form here, so let's add a new field, and we'll call this building name, or we'll call this building location. Well, actually, we'll just call this location. All right, and we'll just leave this as a single line of text data type, and we'll just leave it as default fields here. So if we click on save and close, we have a location. Wait, let me just. Location should pop up here, but I think what you got to do is you got to save and close, and you got to open it again, and then you'll see location. So if we save and close here, and we open it again. We'll see location here. So if we drag that here, okay, we have the name and the location. Okay, we can change this display name here. We can call this just 1 second, it's loading. So we can change the display name here. Currently it's called name, or we can call this building name. Okay, the internal name, if we click on details, this will be the internal name there. If you want to use it for coding purposes, this will be the internal name. Okay, and we click on OK. All right, we have the building name and the location. So we save this and publish it. Obviously, in the future, in this entity, you can create views, you can create charts, and I think I've showed that before in the previous tutorial, how to create some of these things. So we could, yeah, go from there. Okay, so we've created a building. We've now created a building entity. All right, so if we close this now, okay, if we go to the sales, if we just give this a refresh. It's just loading. All right, if we click on sales, we should be having a building entity here. Here we go, building. Okay, this is our building entity that we just created. All right, and if we wanted to create a new item, this is our building name and our location. So we'll call this the building name. We'll call this the building name 120 George Street. I don't know. Parramatta Westfield. And the location could be western suburbs or something like that. I'm just showing an example dummy. Okay, and you click on save and close, and then you have a building. You have a building created here. Okay, and then eventually, what I was showing previously, that you can link this what you call it, this entity with the contacts entity, by creating some relationships. Okay, so let's just try that. Let's go back to quickly. I'll see if I could do this. If we go here and we go to solution, and let's go back to this customer solution. All right. So we have the building. So let's create a relationship between the building and the contact. All right, so let's create one here. This is a many-to-many relationship. In real life, you probably won't use many-to-many relationships, but I just want to show you for testing purposes. So we have building, all right, and then we have entity contacts. All right, we have a relationship building to contact entity. Is it searchable? Yes. Let's save it. Let's publish it. Obviously, when you start using CRM, you can play around with this relationship and building new entities more. But hopefully, this will get you some idea of how to use the relationship and the creating entities. Okay, it's just loading. All right, done. So we will go here and we'll go to. I'll just give this a refresh. So it's just loading. All right, so if we go to settings, if we go to, here we go, contacts. Let's go back here to Aditya. Now you have Aditya. Let's see if he has a building relation. Building, no, I can't see building. Maybe we can add that in. Just 1 second. Let me see if I could add that in. But this is kind of how you build a relationship. Let me see if I could. Sorry, let me just customize the form here. Form customize. We have the related entities here, sales, search, comment. So if we just click on here, we click on navigation. We have here, which Let's see if we can add here. Sorry, what am I doing? We have buildings here. We created buildings. We add that to the menu here. All right, we'll click on Save and Close. Sorry, I should have clicked on Publish as well. So if I go back to Settings and Customization, and customize a solution. I probably should have done this in the custom solution, but if we publish this, just a second. It's just publishing. All right, that's done. So if we go back to here, we go back to the sales, we go back to the contacts, and we'll select the detail here. And if we click on here, we should see buildings. Okay, and we can add contacts can have multiple buildings. Okay, add existing building or add a new building. Let's just add an existing building. And let's search. And we created this one. Okay, and then we could save. Is it saving here? I think it added already. Let's just go back here and go to building. Yeah. Okay. So Aditya has access to one building, so you can add more buildings here and go from there. Did you guys get that? I think it might be a bit confusing, but if you play around with it a bit, then you'll understand that. Did you guys get it? Any questions? Guys? Any questions? Oh, I guess not. Okay, so let's go to the next part. All right, customizing forms, views. I think I showed that in the previous tutorials, customizing view forms, creating fields, creating workflows. I showed in the previous one. Creating business rules. I haven't created much business rules, but you can go ahead and create certain rules with your business rules. Okay, let's just see if we could do that as well. So if we go settings, if we go to the solution, let's go to the building solution that we created. We have building. Let's see if we have business. We have a business rule here. All right, let's create a new business rule. And here's our business rule condition. Okay, so if we go here, if we add a field value, for example, let's just say we add the condition here. Let's say if the entity building, if the field created by equals to, we won't go created by, if we will go field location, if the location contains western, such as the western suburbs, we just call it western. Okay, or let's just try here. Sorry, if the name, let's see if we get the name. That's okay. We'll use like, well, yeah, if the name contains Parramatta, okay, so we'll apply. This will apply. So this Parramatta rule apply. Okay, yep. And then what we do is, if it contains, and let's add an action. Let's set the field value we set a field value here. We'll set the location to be western suburb. Okay, apply. So we'll just see set western suburb. All right, or else if it's not Parramatta, obviously this might not be a good condition that I'm talking to you guys, but I'm just showing this for test purposes. If it's not Parramatta, then set to eastern suburb. All right, we'll set the location and just go here, eastern suburb, apply. All right, so let's just validate this. Okay, and let's save this. All right, validation successful. Let's give this a save. All right, and let's activate. Activate. All right, and okay. All right, let's close this. All right, let's. So this is activated already. Let's publish.
Hi, brother. This will be applied to which area of the application?
In the building. So for the building, what you call it? In the building, if you create like a new building or an update building, I think that's what applies to. I haven't created much business rules before, but let me see if this thing works, and I'll show you if it's in the created building or the updated building. Let's see if this works. Okay, so if we go to here, so we had a sales, we had a building entity. Okay, let's create a new one. All right, by default it's showing eastern suburbs. Okay, but we can see here that by default it's showing eastern suburbs. Okay, but if we type in parameter, it's showing western suburbs. Did you get that? Sorry, so it's
Got that, but the default location, that also is a configurable, that we also can change.
yeah, this location. If you can change that. Like, if you wanted to change this, you can call this. Let's see if we can change this. We can call this northern suburbs.
I mean the default one. When you try to create it, was showing the eastern suburb. That's one.
Yeah, I think by default, because there was no value in the building name, therefore it was showing eastern suburbs because the word Parramatta didn't exist in the building name. But what you call it? But because when I typed in Parramatta, because that was the condition, if the building name contains the word Parramatta, then change the location name to western suburbs. Initially, it's eastern suburbs. So if I go this, if I call this here Sydney CBD,
yeah,
it should
thanks for that. That's pretty much clear how the business rule is getting applied. What I mean to say is, if there is no building name, it's showing eastern suburb. So instead of that, if there is no building name, I want to show the default value, which is coming as eastern suburb, is like northern suburb. That, where is that configuration?
like a default value. So basically, like what you call it? If we go, okay, if we like, okay, so if we, so what we do, well, we have to modify the conditions here. Say, first thing we've got to do in the condition is say if, so let's go here. If the building name is blank, then location should be blank. All right, agreed. If this is blank, right now it's showing eastern suburb, but this value should be blank.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we should go up there and say, look, if the building name contains Parramatta, or if the building name contains whatever, then the location should be modified according to that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, brother.
All right, cool. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Because I remember we discussed that we could try to do some coding. I got JavaScript. So this is part of a bit of coding here. So let's go and say we wanted to, if we populate a value in location, then what we should do is we should pop up an alert. All right, this is a simple example. Okay, so if we go here, we go back to the settings and we'll go back to the solution. And test customization. All right, so if we go here and in the buildings, so we would have to create a web resource here. Web resource. Create a new web resource. So go over here, test building, or I should say building, or I should test building script. All right, display name, we'll just call this test building script. The type, so we'll call this script. Okay, you can select the HTML page or other things as well. In this case, we'll just select script or style sheet. We can select script here. All right, we'll edit it. And we'll create a function here. Function, so get alert hello. We'll just call this a very simple function, alert hello. All right, and we'll just go here and say alert hello world. All right, it's a very simple function. We'll just copy this function name, paste it in a notepad. All right, function, just 1 second. Hello world. All right, okay, so we go click OK, and we click on publish or customization. I should have clicked on save first, but anyway. So copy this as well. The JavaScript file name test building script. Okay, let's just publish. All right, that's done. Okay, so we close this here, and we see here test building script. Okay, this is our web resource. Now, if we wanted to use this in our JavaScript, so we have building. We go back to the forms. We get to our main form. And same location. We go to the double click here. Sorry, not here, sorry. Before we do that. We go to the form properties. And we'll, I think it's here, add. So we're adding that test script, that test building script. Test building script from the web resource. Seems to not pop up. Test, here we go. Test building script. Okay. We select that. And on load, we don't want to do anything on the form on load. We wanted to activate that when we insert location. All right, and we click on OK. Now, if we go on location, we just double click that. Actually, I'll do it for the building. So if we go for the building name, go to event, building name on change, event, we click on add. So we added the text building script here, the function name alert hello. Okay, click OK. That should be done. Click OK. Save and close. And publish the form. So now what we're expecting is if we change the name, it will prompt the building name. It would prompt the text hello world in the JavaScript from the JavaScript library, from the JavaScript script code. Okay, so we'll just close this. All right, let's go back to our sales, our building, and let's create a new building. All right, so as soon as we enter a value here, we should expect the hello world alert to pop up. So we'll just type in here Penrith. There you go, hello world. See? So the JavaScript's working. Okay. So that's a simple example. Yep.
Hi, Musa. Another sort of simple example. How do we access the CRM functionality through JavaScript?
You mean you want to access this field value and alert this field value, for example?
Yeah. For example, yeah.
All right. So you'd use some XRM coding. So if we go here, I'll show it to you. If we go to Dynamics CRM JavaScript, get field value. You can go here and get the field value here. Document get, wait, actually. Here, XRM, you use this code here, xrm.page, like get attribute, get value. Okay.
Oh, okay. So this is kind of JavaScript library to access the CRM fields, right?
Yeah. Let's quickly try this. Let's one second. Let's give it a try. All right. So let's go back to right. Let's go here. Let's go to settings, solution. Test solution. Now we just have to modify the script. We don't have to go in the form anymore. We've linked it up with the form as an event. So we go to the script. And we go here, text editor. And let's alert XRM page. The get value. The building name should be name here. Let's see if this works. Okay. Permission customization.
Hey, brother, this supports which version of JavaScript, and also is there any other scripting language which it supports, or only JavaScript is there at the moment?
You mean, can we use like Angular JS or something like that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the Angular JS or
jQuery,
Script or some other sort of thing.
jQuery or something like that. Yeah, you can add the jQuery library here, and then wherever you wanted to reference it on the page load, you can just go here in the building and you. And remember, I showed you in the form.
These properties, that's fine.
Yeah.
So in similar way, JavaScript you have added and shown us, we can add the VB script, or we can add the jQuery or something like that.
Yeah,
Like for
yeah,
example, I want to use jQuery to filter out some options available for that particular field at the runtime as the user types in, so I can modify that.
yeah. You could add the other scripts and do that as well. Sure.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So we close that. Now we go back here and we go back to the sales. We'll go back to is it the sale. And let's just give this a refresh. All right, so we go here, sales, buildings. Hopefully this should work. If it doesn't work, then let's create a new one. Then yeah, we just play around with yourselves and see how you can get that to work. Okay. So let's go here. So let's call this Liverpool. Oh, it's giving me an error. Yeah. Anyway, you guys can play around with that. What I'm expecting is the alert should be showing Liverpool here. Do you get what I mean? So this is the code here, the XRM code, which you could use to get the value and play around with that. All right, guys. All right, we only got 10 minutes left. So what's the next part? I think I showed you guys the option set and the other data types. I showed you relationships. Okay. Marketplace I showed you. Now we're going to the coding, the C# coding. So not sure if we'll get time to do the C# coding today. I apologize. I did show some JavaScript coding, but yeah, don't know if I'll get time to show you the C# coding today. Actually, I'll show you a bit of it. I'll show you what to do here, and we can learn about it next more. We'll probably have one more class. I was thinking if we can wrap up in this class, but I'm not sure if we can. This is our Visual Studio, right? And in the extensions and updates, in the NuGet package, that is. It's just loading. All right, you go online. And you type in CRM. And here I have used the, I think it's on page 2. This one here, developer extensions. All right, you go and install this and go from there. What that will do is you go in here, you go file, new project. And you can create a plugin project. All right. And I think I won't go through this, guys, because we only got 5 minutes left. It might take another 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and I might have to go somewhere. So you wanna continue this in the next class?
Yeah, I guess Musa. I think development is. We can continue this development part in the next class.
Okay. What we'll do, I think we only got a couple of minutes left.
I hope you will cover different ways to develop for CRM. I mean, what are the options we have? Like plugins is one of the options, right?
Plugin is like an event handler, right? So if you create a workflow, so if you create a what you call it, a contact, and if you wanted to after creating contact, you wanted to do an event, you can use plugins for that. You can also use workflows. I showed you workflows in the previous episode. Workflows, you can create some custom C# code for that as well. It's similar process to creating plugins. It's slightly a bit different. Go do that as well.
I would also request you to, if you can add, like how do we debug? Because what I'm worrying is like Dynamics 365 is online, right? And you're creating a code in C# in Visual Studio. So how do we debug the code? How do we like test the code or unit test the code?
Okay. To test code, I'll add that in. Let's see if I can't demonstrate it for you. I'll show you the code, the articles that we could that you're able to debug. Okay. I'll try my best to get it working for you next time. But if not, then I'll at least show you guys how to debug plugins. Cool?
All right.
So, any other question, guys?
None from my side. Thanks.
All right, no problem. So we'll end the class here. Cool.
I just have a small.
Sorry, Shamsul, I have a question, but it's not very related to this today's session.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's the best methodology to apply or implement Dynamics 365? So either CRM or the basic verticals.
When to use it? Is that what you're saying?
No. What's the best methodology? Previous it was SureStep. Was the methodology to implement CRM or 365?
SureStep. I don't know about the methodologies that much.
Okay.
Yeah. I apologize for that. Yeah, I don't.
No, it's okay.
But I also, if you can just at least, if it's possible to show, at least share with us some links, or if anyone else can say how to configure Angular or jQuery with some example, that would be more helpful.
Okay, so if you just Google it, we'll just I'll just show it to you. So if we go here and we'll just type in here Dynamics CRM with jQuery. All right, so what you've got to do is you've got to download the jQuery library. We got to upload it into web resource. I'm pretty sure it showed you something like that. And you should get, you should follow these articles here. Using JavaScript. Like jQuery is nothing but a JavaScript library, right? So you can upload that to web resource, which I showed you, and then you can link that with your form. You can add it to your form, and then you can use the jQuery code from there. Big deal.
Thanks.
All right. Any other question, guys? No?
I just want to add one point in reply to Mason question. This showstop is a project methodology for deploying the ERM.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my friends whom I talk to, they normally use agile methodology to deploy the new CRM implementation.
Okay. The agile, you're talking about like agile Scrum or like Kanban or those type of things, or is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know much about SureStep, but the thing is, the agile Scrum, the way we do, like the way I develop is I would, if there's some feature that needs to be developed, I'll add it to my Kanban list. I'll develop that feature. I'll develop in the development environment. I'll deploy to UAT. I'll get the testers to test, and then I'll deploy to production. And then I'll move on to the next feature and so, and just go on with it. If there's a C# coding and that requires about 2 weeks development, I'll deploy the plugin. I'll create the plugin. I'll deploy it to UAT and go to production. And if there's any changes that need requirement, I'll go back and forth to the dev environment and start developing and deploying it. Does that answer your question? Hello?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, no problems. Any other questions? No? Okay. All right, have a good day, guys. All right?
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good
All
day.
right.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thanks.